Yeah, my throat is dead again, but I'm gonna try and speak through my mouth this time. I don't know if you can hear me, but I'm gonna come a little bit closer. I just watched my video back. It's the one where I talk about it shouldn't be focused on women, and I got a little bit of a squeaky voice in it, so I'm gonna try and go for a deeper voice this time. Just breathe through the nose and just relax my vocal cords and that. But yeah, I am Muslim, and I think society would actually be better if everyone was Muslim. I'm just being on me, man. I can't be asked. Why? Well, first of all, I live in the UK, right? And so Tate again. A lot of the things I say, I'm gonna be a little like a fucking Tate copycat, alright? But a lot of the things he says is facts though. If you look up like London stabbing or whatnot, you look at like the crimes in the West, like in America especially, like all those school shootings and shit. R.I.P. to all those children. It's fucked. Crime rates are at all-time high. Society, as itself is failing. In the West society, right, is all failing. Whereas you compare and contrast it and look at the Muslim countries, there's no crime. Well, there is, but the crime rates are severely low. And a large part of that is because a lot of the people that are Muslim and a lot of the laws that are built off Muslim principles. For example, if you kill someone who's related to that person, someone very close to that person has the right to kill you. Eye for eye, nose for nose, with the wall. If you steal, you get your hand chopped off. Now, I'm not saying these things actually happen, but it's the fact that these punishments are in place scares the people away from actually doing it. It's the thing like in Vinland Saga, if y'all read it, or if you've watched it, I'm pretty sure it mentions in anime, it's like, the greater the violence, the greater the peace. It's because people are scared of that greater violence. If you commit something so atrocious, you're scared that someone else is going to commit something even more atrocious back to you. And we've seen that. We have the peace now that we have due to the 2 world wars. It's because we have seen what nuclear bombs could do to you. We have seen what, guns and nuclear poisoning and, artillery could do to the people. So you are now, as a country, as a government, scared to fuck with other countries because you know what they can do to you, even though you're probably doing worse on that. All you need is one nuke and your country is fucked, right? So the greater the violence, the greater the peace. So that's one thing why I think everyone actually be better as Muslims, because potentially we start implementing these Muslim laws and crime rates will just drop. We've seen it. I also believe that we, as society, just improve. Quality of life, people just be nicer, a lot more charitable acts. Obviously, the whole zakah thing, you have to give 2.5% of your charitable odds. People are smart because smiling in Islam is charity, right? And people would just be a lot more kind in general, I think, because they have more faith. There'll be a lot more hope in society, that's for sure, because now you have a higher being, an all-powerful being that you can pray to every day and essentially ask for things. And you have faith and belief and hope. And that is in no way, shape or form a negative thing. It's only positive. You have faith, you have hope to do something better with your life. Another thing as well is, I think, girls as a whole would benefit tremendously. Like, we see nowadays on Instagram, TikTok, and Snapchat, or whatever social media, OnlyFans even, girls are just showing off their sexual appeal for completely free, for some likes, for some views, for some attention. And if we as society, if all men were Muslim, that wouldn't happen, right? Because we wouldn't be allowed that. And the fact that girls are showing off so much sex appeal for completely free just for some attention because other girls are doing it, and that obviously creates like a negative feedback loop. It destroys society. It not only affects the girls themselves. Like when we look, and when we say this as men, we make jokes. Oh, a pretty girl lives life on rookie mode. In a sense, they do, right? But their mental health is fucked. Their self-image is fucked. They get all their self-worth from showing off the most private parts of themselves that they were only meant to show to their husband, the future man they're going to spend the rest of their life with. Like, that destroys your soul, that destroys your self-image, right? And so women are getting the short end of the stick because men are so fucking horny, and men only give attention to those who are showing off more. No, weak men, I should say. There's a lot of the men who aren't religious have no faith, have no hope, have no belief, and they just turn to devilish things like masturbation and all that, and they obviously, give attention to the girls showing off their bodies and stuff. And so if we were all Muslim, what would happen is girls would stop doing that because it's haram, and so we wouldn't have anything like porn, masturbation. Overall, men's testosterone, mental health would just rise. Competition would increase for men, because now it's actually more rare for you to experience female attention and femininity. So now men would actually work twice as hard, and what ends up happening is if the entire population of men starts working twice as hard, where society improve. And not only that, women have more options because they are more powerful men, more testosterone men, and in terms of that, it changes the entire polarity of society. Now we have more masculinity, women naturally become more feminine, and everyone lives happily ever after. Simple as that. Now, of course, there will be an overdose of women that are feminine compared to men because it's actually quote-unquote easier to become feminine. And that is why men have 4 wives. So that kind of balances out, man. Allah is all powerful, Allah is great, man. Trust. And we all go to heaven. Like, what more could you ask for? You feel what I'm saying? Live a good life here, then you go to heaven. Like, it's just, I don't know, it doesn't make sense to me. Do you not want to go to heaven where you can ask for literally anything you want and do what the hell you want to do for eternity? Isn't that just amazing? Again. And that's just like a short list of things, man. Yeah, I can go on for flipping on and on and on. I'll go for the topic right now and stuff like that. It keeps women pure. It's because we see nowadays, and a lot of people kind of like looking at arranged marriages as this thing like, but it makes sense. Like, if the man doesn't do anything haram, so sexual contact, just contact, and it destroys the chastity of the woman. If the man doesn't do anything, that the woman obviously keeps the chastity, keeps her value, and everyone's happy. In my last video, I said when men have sex, they destroy their testosterone and destroy their drive and all of that, right? And so not only does a woman get to keep her chastity, the man also keeps that hunger. They're like, okay, this woman rejected me. Cool. No one's hurting this. Whereas if you had slept with each other, okay, even if you're in a long-term relationship for like, let's say 2 years, unless you're married to each other, well, now you've just ruined that woman's chastity, and that man's soul's just been ruined, and the woman's soul's been ruined, and everyone's just fucked. Oh, but we had those lovely too. Shut the fuck up. You're not gonna know that guy for the rest of your fucking life. Your future kids are gonna be affected by the fact that you slept with that guy. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it just doesn't make sense to me, right? And so being in a marital relationship and then having sex and having that intimacy, is why to believe in the best form of love. Because yeah, just is how it should be, I think. You also get to teach your kids in the future how to love someone. Because you've never been with other people. And, it's yeah. I obviously don't know much about this, me as a virgin, so. But that's just from what I've seen. It's like people's soul and their own like self-image, their chastity get destroyed and just fucks up the rest of their life. Like, look at men. Even we say, oh, men can sleep with money, and I don't know. Now, if a man puts a dick in a girl who isn't a virgin, They're depressed. They're like, oh, another man's ran through this vagina. Calm down, bro. Okay, the thought of it like disgusts me now. And it's not exactly the man or the woman's fault. I don't know whose fault really is. The devil, maybe. So could you genuinely, as a man, like put your lips on another girl that you know they've sucked like 5 cocks with, like, no, and vice versa with a woman, like, that penis isn't, it's gone in, like, you get me, like, it's nuts. It's gone in places you don't want to know about, you feel what I'm saying? So, yeah, man. Monogamy is a good thing, especially for women. But obviously men are allowed to have 4 wives, so yeah. I guess I kind of just contradicted my own point right there, innit? But I guess if you kind of know the other, I don't fucking know, man. Just get money, get rich, and I don't know what the fuck, man. Oh no, I shouldn't swear, innit? It's actually haram to swear. I blame all my Muslim brethren for this, you know, because I'm there swearing, they're like swearing as well. I'm there like, wait, is this actually haram? They're like, oh yeah, it is. We shouldn't be really doing it. I'm there like, at least tell me then, innit, so I can actually improve my language. I shouldn't be swearing. That's haram. Astaghfirullah. Peace. Have a good day.